You know, most of you learned how to check your analytics to see if, like, where your traffic's coming from. And one of our listeners even found out that, holy cow, 50% of users are coming from LinkedIn, and you didn't even know that. So now what are you going to do with this information, right? What are you going to do? I will tell you just one quick thing regarding the last webinar. The worst thing you can do is not take action. One of the things that I did in the very beginning is I thought I needed blue screen, green screen. I needed to make my videos, and I downloaded and purchased all this stuff to do videos, and then I never put it into action, and that was horrible. Grab a camera, hit the record button, and do something. By the way, just wanted to add that in. Okay, if you're just joining us for the New Life event, welcome, welcome, welcome. You are in for a major, major treat. My name is Shauna Siegel. I'm the CEO of One Choice for Your Store, host of Ecom Experts on Webmaster Radio, and I love education. I love, love, love education. The New Life event is all about bringing new life to your website, and it is wonderful. And please take the time to say we love you to our speakers. Without the speakers here, we wouldn't be getting this education. You're going to learn that our next speaker up here is going to be one of the speakers that I saw at Search Engine Strategies that made my mouth drop, and I go, oh my God, this is education I needed years ago. You know, this is like powerful stuff that you're going to want to understand and learn, and that's what I'm talking about. So make sure they know that we appreciate them so they'll come back again, which David has done that. Greg's done that. They've done it because of you. You're out there. You're spreading the word. More people are joining each and every single webinar. Please keep doing that. We got to tell people, don't go to the Oscars. Come here. Come here and learn, because we're giving out prizes. We've got our major grand prize, and you know what? You're a winner by being here. By being here, you're investing in your company. You're investing in yourself, and I guarantee you when you invest your time into your business, you will grow your business. So here's how you win. Go to twitter-winner.com. Lots of great information there. It will tell you who, where, what, when, how, and why, and join the tweet chat room. It's awesome. You can meet with other people. You can gain new ideas. It's the whole reason why we're doing the New Life Mastermind program, because when you all get together and share ideas and ask for feedback, and all of this comes in, and this third mind comes together, and it's wonderful. So we need to create this group so we can help each other decide where to go next. What do we do? How do we do it? That's why we've got the book club, where we can take these educational books like the one that David wrote, you know, where he talks about pay-per-click marketing. We can take it chapter by chapter and say, how can I apply this to my business and get help from other owners, other website owners. It's such great information. Now, after this, we're still going strong. Basics of SEO. We're going to go down to the bare basics of SEO, and then we're going to get in with John Lawson, Colder Ice. If you've never heard him before, be prepared for your cheeks to hurt. He is so funny. And if you have questions, put him at New Life event. I am sorry we've been running out of time for your questions, but you know what? I hate to interrupt their great content. I just want them to keep going. So we'll try to get to those questions, but if not, you know, reach out to them. They're saying, I'm here. If you have questions, reach out to me. Don't abuse it, but definitely take advantage of what you're being offered. I am going to pass over the controls, and I just have to say, David, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Shauna. It's great to be here. And since you're thanking everyone, I want to thank you on behalf of the listeners, because this is a fantastic treasure trove of information that you're giving away for free, and I think that's very honorable, and I appreciate it. I loved Greg's presentation just now.
Oh, well, thank you very much. And by the way, I tell you guys about coming to Webmaster Radio. He also has a show on Webmaster Radio that you really need to check out. Put it on iTunes as an automatic download. You will learn so very much, but I'll let him tell you more about him, and you'll just absolutely love it. So I'm going to mute myself, and thank you again, David.
You're welcome. Now, Shauna, let me make sure I'm on a laptop. I'm traveling yet again, and I'm on a laptop, so I want to make sure that, is my screen coming through okay?
It's perfect. It's absolutely
okay.
Perfect. Perfect,
okay,
yes.
Good. Okay, so I'm the owner of a search and social advertising agency called Clix Marketing. I'm also the faculty chair for PPC Advertising and Market Motive, and as you just described, I've got a book that came out mid last year that is PPC Advertising from soup to nuts and from basics to advanced, including a chapter on Facebook, but we weren't getting experience in LinkedIn and Twitter way back 6 months ago, so you'll have to wait for the second edition for that. So the topic of the presentation is Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter advertising, and the importance of these has rapidly accelerated over the past few months, and I'm almost shocked to say what I'm about to say because I wouldn't have believed it if someone had told me last year. But we have some clients that are making more money, e-retail money, e-commerce sales on the combination of Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter than on all their paid search advertising combined. So that's also to say that we've got some clients that have doubled their revenue in the past 6 to 8 months by using Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And I don't have to tell you how phenomenal that is. And these are businesses that were already pretty successful with advertising. So the importance of these social media channels for advertising is just it's gone from a nice to know to a need to know. And I'm going to go through about 80 slides here. So I'm actually going to try to get through them fast enough that we can get to some questions at the end. But I suggest that the listeners take notes and look at the replay and try to absorb it all as best you can. So I'm going to start with Facebook, and the reason that Facebook is great PPC advertising is that there are, one other caveat, I updated this slide deck today, and I found new stuff in all 3 of these media. So I apologize if the slides are a little bit disjointed at times, and I'll illustrate that by saying Facebook numbers are over 500 million. I think they're 650 as of today. So 650 million people worldwide are using Facebook. There's still relatively low competition. I know that's shocking at this time, but it's still possible to get advertising real estate at relatively low prices. And as you'll see, the targeting capabilities are really what makes this a fantastic medium, and it's something that Twitter and LinkedIn have in common as well. So I'm going to walk you through getting started with Facebook advertising. Very first thing you do is go to this URL, click on the Create an Ad button. Just like LinkedIn and Twitter, the very first act of setting up a new account or a new campaign is creating one ad. So this is what you'll see when you create an ad. Start to create your account, but starting with creating an ad. You can choose to send the click when someone clicks on the ad to an external URL or some other possibilities I'll show you in a second. So you can choose to send the clicks to a website outside of Facebook. You can choose to send the clicks to pages that are inside of Facebook, and those can be either fan pages or event pages. And then creating an ad, you just fill in the URL for the, in this case, using an external destination, fill in the title. Actually, let me back up. You can actually click on the suggested ad button after typing in the URL, and Facebook will dutifully fill in a suggestion for you for a title and the body and even an image that can be displayed. It does a pretty good job, but expert advertisers will want to modify what Twitter suggests, but still it can save a little time to have something to start with. Then you get into targeting, and this is just an insane capability. And this is relatively new. I discovered some new capabilities in Facebook just this afternoon. So first you can specify the location, you can specify the demographics, likes and interests, which I'll concentrate on a lot, and then some new advanced targeting capabilities. I want to call your attention to the box in the upper right-hand corner. This is an interactive dynamic number that changes as you fine-tune your targeting, and shows you approximately how many people you can reach. So at this point, in this example, I'm just targeting 18 years and older. all genders in the United States, and Facebook is telling me that I can reach 137 million people. So in this case, I'm demonstrating the use of targeting by city, targeting all the way down to one particular city in the United States, and that's Houston, Texas. And the methodology for choosing items in targeting items in Facebook is you start typing, and similar to Google Instant, you'll see a drop-down list of possible items that complete what you're typing. So in this case, I'm being shown all of the Houstons in the United States. So here I'm showing how that dynamic estimated reach box changes. And I love this example because just targeting the city of Houston and 50-mile radius around Houston, I can reach almost 1.4 million people. When I saw this, I looked up the total population of Metro Houston, and it's like 1.7 million. So Facebook can reach almost every human being in Houston, Texas. Then you have the capability of targeting by demographics. You target by date range, and you can also specify whether you want to target this exact range, or the default is, when this box is unchecked, a year or so lower and higher than the date range you specify. So you see here, if I narrow the demographic targeting to 25 to 55-year-olds, I can still reach 176,000 people just in Houston. And I'll show you the likes and interests in advanced demographics in a second. As I said just now, choosing the exact match means you only want to target people in that narrow range. If you leave that box unchecked, then you get a few years around that range. Now, likes and interests is a fascinating way to target. Basically, you can target based on likes and interests that people have put into their profiles. And last time I checked, there were 15 or 16,000 separate categories. Now, unfortunately, Facebook doesn't publish a list of likes and interests, so you have to kind of guess at the likes and interests. So you do this by a little bit of a trial and error methodology, where you type in words that you think pertain to your target audience's likes and interests. There's a fantastic article written by Mary Morand, a friend of mine belonging to the company AimClear, run by my good friend Marty Weintraub. I really suggest for all Facebook advertisers that you read this article, because it really goes into wonderful detail about getting very clever and very precise with targeting by likes and interests. Now, this is a relatively new capability. You can also target by people that are connected to certain Facebook pages, events, or even applications. So you can say, I want to target people who are fans of a particular musical group or a particular book or movie. You can even target by people who are using a particular Facebook app. And then conversely, you can target, and this is really powerful, you can say target users who are not yet connected to a particular page. So if you're directing your Facebook ad traffic to a particular page, you can target only people that are not yet connected to that page, but also satisfy other targeting criteria that you've set. Then this is the advanced demographics you can use. You can choose gender, you can choose relationship status, you can choose language that they say in the profile that they speak, you can choose college education, and another relatively new capability, which is workplace. You can actually target particular people in particular companies or particular industry organizations. So after doing all of that targeting, then you set up the name of your campaign, how much you're willing to spend, and your pricing. Pricing is the bid option. Facebook suggests a bid CPC for you. You can either accept that, or you can click on the link that says set a different bid and decide to bid a higher amount or a lower amount than Facebook recommends. You can also choose to pay by impressions. That's an advanced topic. I suggest that most people start with CPC bidding and move to CPM, doing an experiment to see whether they can get a lower average price per click if they bid on a CPM basis. At this point, you can choose to add information about yourself that establishes either a new Facebook account, or you can use your existing Facebook account, and then you sign up, add your credit card information, and place the order. And at that point, your Facebook account is set up. Your ad and your account will probably be in a review status for a while, but then soon thereafter it will start running. I'm going to go into a little bit of detail about the kinds of reporting information you can get. This is the campaign interface, the kind of the equivalent of the campaign's view of Google AdWords. You see things like your campaign name, its status, and then some rudimentary statistics like number of clicks, number of impressions, click-through rate, etc. And once the campaign starts running, you'll see a graph showing its progress for the date range that you've chosen. You can also generate some reports that users of Google AdWords will find pretty primitive, but they're still good information. And there is some information that you can't get in Google AdWords, like this demographic report that shows among the people that have actually responded to the ad, the age ranges and the genders. And then my favorite report, which is after your campaign has been running for a while, you get a report that I call the world's cheapest market research. You can actually get a report that says among the people that have actually clicked on your ad, what are the top interests, like hobbies, like travel, scrapbooking, and family. What are their favorite books? What are their favorite movies? What's their favorite music and TV shows? And then once you get this information, you can use that information to further target and customize your ads. And that's where you really make out with Facebook advertising, and this goes for LinkedIn and Twitter advertising. That is tailoring your ads and your landing pages to the targeting that you've done in your ad campaigns. So here's an example of hyper-targeting the ads and the landing pages based on your targeting in Facebook. In this case, we're targeting only people in a small town in England called Swanage, and only people that that have said in their profiles that they like to play roulette. So here's how we did the targeting. Very, very simple. Picked United Kingdom, picked one city within the United Kingdom, and we picked likes and interests people that have said in their profiles that they like roulette. Now we paired that ad with this landing page that says everything that we know about the visitor. So this is an opportunity, again, to get maximum click-through rate, maximum conversion rate by incorporating in the ad and the landing page everything that you know about the visitor that you can assume. In this case, we know a lot. We know they came from Facebook, we know they like roulette, and we know they live in the town of Swanage. So you can see that the ad that I just showed you paired with this landing page is going to get the best possible conversion rates. Here's another landing page that would be shown when someone clicks on a different ad where we're targeting blackjack players in the English town of Bournemouth. So here we're saying Facebook blackjack fans and be the winningest player in Bournemouth. Obviously, again, getting great click-through rates and conversion rates from the ad landing page combination. So that's my overview of Facebook advertising. The Facebook ad help files are very good. There's a Facebook ad fan page that you can link to from this URL. I also recommend Brian Carter has a great LinkedIn group about Facebook advertising that you can join. I also recommend that you follow Dennis Yu, Mary Morad, and a couple of other people on Twitter for regular information about Facebook advertising. And remind me, Shauna, to talk about the Twitter list that I set up for social media advertising. Oh, time to announce the Twitter winner. What do I do here, Shauna?
Actually, that would be my part here, where I looked over at Facebook to see or not Facebook. I'm sorry, you were talking about Facebook. Over at Twitter to see that TGS Variety was the last one to send out a post, and you guys are doing an awesome, awesome job. So thank you very much, and you're getting a wonderful, wonderful prize.
Cool. So I just need the mailing address and the name, and I'll send this out as soon as I get back home on whenever I get home.
Yep, so go to twitter-winner.com to claim the prize, and we'll forward that information over to David.
That's right, and the book will be not only autographed, it will be autographed. Okay, so let's talk about LinkedIn. And again, these numbers are low because I put the slide together like a month ago. But LinkedIn is a fantastic social network, not quite as big as Facebook, but much more oriented toward professionals. Think of this as the business equivalent of Facebook. So naturally you'll find that B2B offers and B2B sites work well when advertised via LinkedIn. We've also seen a lot of success selling high-priced luxury items via LinkedIn advertising. So great network, great return on investment, and great targeting. So I'll walk through setting up a LinkedIn campaign. But first of all, you also get really cool prominent ad placement with LinkedIn ads. Unlike ads on, let's say, the Google Display Network or even Twitter, some of the ads are not even labeled as promotions. So they actually look like LinkedIn editorial, like the one you're seeing on the screen, which is obviously an Intel ad, but there's no identification as such, so it kind of melds right into the editorial of the page, the content of the page, and that, I think, helps with the click-through rates. So here's how you get started. The first thing you should do as a LinkedIn advertiser, if you're not an individual or a consultant, is get a company page on LinkedIn. You want to advertise as a company because otherwise your ads may be labeled with an individual's name and look a little less professional or maybe even get lower click-through rates. So the first thing you should do is add a company page to your profile. Once you've done that, here's the URL for starting a LinkedIn campaign. So you click on that Start Now button, and just like in Facebook, the very first thing you're going to do is create an ad. Now, after designating your campaign name, you can choose, and this is relatively new. Originally, you could only direct clicks to an outside web page. Now you can also direct clicks to an internal LinkedIn page. So that could be, it could be an event page because LinkedIn now allows the users to create events. It can be a profile page, it could be a company page. But most of you will probably want to direct traffic to outside of LinkedIn, so you'll be entering a URL. So this is what it looks, what the console looks like after you have created your ad. And you can, just like in Facebook, create variations and by easily duplicating and then making minor changes to the ad for testing purposes. Having done that, you choose whether the ads are going to be labeled as coming from an individual or from a company. Again, for professionalism and probably click through it, I definitely recommend you choose to show your company name. Again, you can create variations for testing, and then you get to targeting. Now, the targeting for LinkedIn is similar, very similar to Facebook, with some great nuances for B2B, and I'll run through those. Recently, the geographic targeting of LinkedIn has been much improved. Previously, or up to a month or so ago, only North America could be targeted at the city level. It's now possible to target at the country and city level for some of the continents that you see here. You can also target by company name or by categories of companies. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the options for all of the targeting in LinkedIn because there's lots and lots of options, but I will hit the highlights. So the ability to target companies by name, target people that have said that they work at particular companies is massive. Think of the ramifications for recruiting, for example. You can poach employees of certain companies. Of course, I don't recommend anything illegal or unethical, but targeting particular companies can be very powerful. Otherwise, you can target by categories of companies, particular industries, or even company size, small companies, large companies. Here's an example of choosing by industry. There's a huge number of industries that can be targeted. Here I've chosen apparel and fashion and wine and spirits, and you can choose up to 10 industries to target per ad. You can also target by job title. So, and again, those can be specific job titles or they can be categories of job titles. Also, you can target by seniority. You can target people that are individual contributors, company owners, and everything in between. Then you can now also target, this is relatively new, by group. So LinkedIn has dedicated groups, and I strongly suggest that anybody that is into PPC advertising join the one that I moderate, which is called PPC Pro People, which, as you can see, as of today, has over 3,600 members and lots of active discussions about best practices in PPC. So this is very similar to the Facebook targeting, where you have a drop-down menu that expands as you type in the names of groups, or the names of groups that either exist or the ones that you can imagine should exist, and then you get to choose from the drop-downs. And then finally, as if that weren't enough, you can target by gender and age, kind of narrow age groups, but that's okay. Then you can choose how much you are willing to bid, or you can choose to pay by impressions. And a little bit of a caution, the CPCs on LinkedIn are very high compared to Facebook, Twitter, and the search engines. So be prepared for the sticker shock, but be assured that if you do your targeting well and you do your advertising well, that you will get a very good return on investment. So you set your daily budget, you set how long you want the campaign to run, and then you're finished. You enter your billing address and your credit card information, and voila, you've got your ad campaign up and running. Very similar to the other consoles that I've been showing you, you will see over time clicks, impressions, and click-through rates. I have to say, though, that the LinkedIn reporting capabilities are very, very rudimentary. So be prepared for that as well. I'm sure that will improve over time, but as of now, they're a little bit primitive. So you can get some reports right in the console, and then, oh, one other thing. You can choose with LinkedIn, but not with Facebook, to either show ads at an even rate or let LinkedIn show the ads that are getting better click-through rate over time. And this is for purposes of ad testing. So here's an example of the reporting. You can choose campaign performance, and then you can choose a date range and then an interval to view by. And this is the sum total of the information you get. Not at all worthless, but pretty primitive compared to the rich reporting capabilities of a Google AdWords or Microsoft Ad Sensor. And then another, there are really only 2 reports within LinkedIn. This is the second report and the information that you can get. So as with Facebook, LinkedIn has some very, very good help files, so do read those. I also suggest, and this goes for Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter advertising, that you read the book that I wrote that is all about Google AdWords display advertising. Now that might seem a little strange, but the fact is that there is great information in this book about designing display ads, online display ads. And one of the biggest mistakes that many advertisers make coming from the search advertising world to display advertising is they use the same ads as they use the search campaign. It's a huge mistake. This book that you can download for free from this URL will show you best practices for creating display ads. And that advice, again, is as good for the AdWords display network as it is for Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And then another strong piece of advice, as I've said a couple of times, use your LinkedIn company profile when you're advertising, not your individual profile. Now, I should have said this about Facebook, but in order to track for conversions, you're going to have to use an analytics package like Google Analytics, because neither Facebook nor LinkedIn has a native way to track conversions when clicks are going to outside sites. Also, make sure that you test a wide variety of ad texts and ad designs, because you're allowed a lot of latitude by virtue of the fact that you don't have to adhere like search advertisers do to search queries. So be sure to test a wide variety of texts and designs, and set your ads to rotate so that they're displayed evenly so you can get good data. Some more direct links for people interested in LinkedIn on this page. Lots of good information out there, so be sure to read all of it. And finally, the newest member of the social advertising pack is Twitter. I don't have to tell people that are now following this webinar on Twitter that there's a huge amount of traffic there, and the capability to advertise on Twitter is not yet open to everybody, but it will be, I think, by the middle of this year. And I strongly encourage you to start looking at documentation about it, becoming familiar with it, and jump on it as soon as you can, because it, as I'll show you, it's very powerful and getting good results for our clients. So you can at this moment see information about advertising on Twitter, and even sign up to be informed when either the beta program is expanded or the self-serve platform goes live by going to this URL now. Now I'll walk through the different advertising types that will be available. Those are promoted trends, promoted accounts, and promoted tweets. I'll spend most of the time in this presentation talking about promoted tweets, but I will describe the other two. So promoted trends, you'll probably see these when you're looking at your own Facebook or Twitter profile. You'll see the list of trends on your home page, and you'll see one at the top of the list of trends that says promoted. At this point, there can only be one promoted tweet, or I'm sorry, promoted trend per day. And the asking price, or the starting price for this, is, I believe, $50,000. It may be going up. I believe I heard recently that it may be going up to $75,000. So if you want to buy a promoted trend spot, then you're going to have to be willing to pay a lot of money for it. So once someone clicks on a promoted trend, they get they're brought to a promoted tweet where there can be more promotional language. So promoted trends are visible in right on the Twitter homepage, but they're also visible in two third-party Twitter clients. One's called Hootsuite, the other's called TweetDeck. Those are the only two third-party clients that are supported right now. I'm sure there will be more in the future, but you will see promoted trends, and you also see promoted tweets, as I'll show you in a second, on Hootsuite and on TweetDeck. Now, at this time, there is no self-serve platform for promoted trends. It does require communication with a dedicated human Twitter account rep. The second type of advertising is promoted accounts. And this is basically a way to buy Twitter followers. You can basically buy any number of Twitter followers by bidding a certain amount, and your account will be promoted in a way that I'll show you. But you can also see right here on when you look in the Twitter interface, the Twitter.com interface, and click on who to follow. You'll see a list of followers, people that Twitter suggests based on your own profile, people that follow you, people that you follow. At the very top of that list will be whoever is buying that slot for promoted accounts, and I'll show you how to set that up in a second. So currently, promoted accounts are only visible on Twitter.com, not in any of the third-party clients, and the advertiser has to be willing to pay by the follower. And this is very interesting to me because Twitter has established a currency, a value for a follower, and that's a minimum of 50 cents. But Twitter actually recommends that the advertiser be willing to pay $1 to $2 a follower. So folks buying followers just got a lot more expensive, and the value of a follower just got more valuable. So now we're going to talk about promoted tweets, and this I think is the advertising medium that most of you will use. Promoted tweets are visible on Twitter.com. They're also visible on the Twitter labeled mobile clients, Twitter for Android and Twitter for iPhone and iPad. They're also visible on Hootsuite and TweetDeck, and also, and this is very interesting to me also, they're also visible on Google Updates. So if you go into Google and do a search and choose one of the additional search types in the left-hand column, choose real time, what you'll see are tweets that are related to your search term. So it's literally almost identical to doing a search from search.twitter.com. But if you do that, you'll see that there are promoted tweets in the search results. So to some extent, it's very analogous or nearly identical to AdWords. And you should know that the money that is made when someone clicks on that promoted tweet is split between Google and Twitter. Now, Twitter has said that the promoted tweets will also be visible in user timelines in the second quarter of this year, but we've started to see them already, so that there's some experimentation going on. So here's what promoted tweets look like on Twitter.com, and this happens to be a promotion that my company is running for promoting Guy Kawasaki's next book called Enchantment, which everyone should read because it's really excellent. So when someone does a search on Guy Kawasaki's name or the word Dale Carnegie or a variety of words that relate to the subject of the book, like persuasion, they will see at the top of the list of results one of the ads for Guy Kawasaki's book. And this is what that ad looks like when seen on TweetDeck and in Hootsuite. Now, when you are charged for an action in Twitter for a promoted tweet, Twitter is going to be charging you not just for a click on a link in the tweet, but also if someone replies to the tweet, if someone retweets the tweet, or if someone favorites the tweet. So there's a brand new metric here which is called engagement rate. So that's the number of clicks plus favorites plus retweets plus replies divided by the number of impressions. So that's going to be the metric that advertisers will use when deciding how effective their ad campaigns are. So again, you can target based on clicks on links, favorites, retweets, and replies. And the engagement rate, I'm sure, will be very popular and be elevated in prominence to the click-through rate that we use traditionally. So again, this is how you set up a campaign. You start by going to this page, and I'm not going to show all of the steps involved or anything that's not public knowledge to respect my confidentiality agreement with Twitter, but I can tell you what has been publicly stated, or you can find on the Twitter help pages. Step one is actually tweeting or retweeting one or more of the ad messages that you want to promote. Then you name your campaign, you specify interests and keywords, and then you specify a budget and the duration of the campaign. You can choose either cost per engagement or CPM prices, and then you can also choose a maximum bid. Minimum is 10 cents, but Twitter recommends at least 50 cents, and then you could specify a daily budget amount. Now, you'll be able to target either by search keywords or contextual keywords. So a little bit like AdWords, Google AdWords, combined search and contextual targeting. Unfortunately, you can't yet, and all of this is in beta, so it may change before its release. You can't yet separate search campaigns from contextual campaigns in Twitter. But suffice it to say that you can include words that will match words that exist in either users' timelines or their bios. Now, there's one great nuance. I really love this, and that is you can promote retweets. You can actually promote or display a retweet instead of just a tweet. So as an advertiser, you can promote the retweet that's been done by somebody else, not your own account, and thereby get a little more star power if you're promoting the retweet of somebody that is well known on Twitter and has a lot of followers. So, for example, this is not a real tweet. Steve Case actually did not say this about Guy Kawasaki's book, but we could have promoted this tweet that said, Steve Case saying Guy Kawasaki has a great book and that you should pre-order it. Obviously, this amplifies the tweet's impact, again, if the retweet is being done by somebody other than the person whose account is being promoted. Another nuance that we're testing is putting phone numbers in the tweets. So one interesting nuance of this is if there's a phone number in the tweet, maybe you'll get conversions, but you won't have to pay for an engagement. This is not against the terms of service as far as I can tell, and it's identical to what you could do in search ads and ads on AdWords and Microsoft Ad Center. So I'm not going to show a lot about the analytics because, again, I've got to respect my confidentiality agreement with Twitter. But these are screens that you can see on Twitter's site. You'll be able to see a dashboard showing the number of impressions on your of your promoted tweets, the number of times people have clicked on them, the number of times the tweets have been retweeted, and the number of times that replies have been issued to the tweets. And then you'll also get really nice statistics on mentions, follows, and unfollows of the account that you're promoting using promoted tweets. And unbelievable, I finished all 80 slides, left a few minutes for questions and answers. Before we get into that, there's a link on the screen that will lead you to a page that I maintain with all of the resources I've ever published. And also, I welcome your emails to me at the address you see on the screen. So back to you, Szetela.
Wow. Wow. You know, the one thing that that was said that was absolutely wonderful, and a bunch of people just kept retweeting and tweeting and tweeting, was this webinar is best, makes me feel like I've just been let out of the dark closet and into the sunlight of prosperity.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not kidding. I think there's going to be a Wall Street Journal article that comes out this week about the campaign that we're running for Guy Kawasaki's book. And Twitter has gotten the best conversion rates and the largest volume of pre-orders for his book of any other advertising we're doing. And that includes AdWords, it includes LinkedIn, it includes Facebook. And now part of that is because of the fact that, you know, Guy Kawasaki's got 300-something thousand followers. He's kind of a celebrity on Twitter, but I think it also speaks to the value and the efficiency of the platform.
David, can I point out something?
Sure.
You're involved with helping a major guy like Guy Kawasaki, I never can say his name, and I apologize because he does great things. You're involved in this, and you've got this major article coming out about all the work that you're doing, and this is going to be like the biggest thing ever, and this is you, and this is your company, and here you are on a Sunday night giving us free education. Thank you.
You're welcome. I love to do it. You know that.
But this is the whole reason I started the New Life event, to bring this type of education to people who couldn't do it. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I don't know if anybody understood the impact of what they were learning and who we were learning it from. And I hope you understand now. You're learning from the best of the best of the best. And here he is on a Sunday night at 8 o'clock at night. And he's here with us. So thank you, David. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get to some of these questions as quick as we can so we can ask them as much as we can. Do ads come up? And this is a great question, Julie, especially for people who've never advertised on Facebook before. Do you ads come up at random, or is it placed on certain Facebook accounts only, or how does it work? I mean, they're really confused about the Facebook advertising, but they really want to dive in. Sure.
Well, the concept is very simple. Let's just say that you're targeting people, men and women, everywhere in the world who have said that they like the movie Twilight, or the Twilight series of movies. That's their favorite movie. So, okay, so then let's say I'm an advertiser and I'm only targeting people all over the world, any gender, any age, who love the Twilight series. My ads will appear whenever anybody that has said that they love the Twilight series logs into Facebook and roams around Facebook. They'll see my ad on every page they go to. Now, that's a great advantage, right? I mean, if you're advertising, you know, a Twilight series T-shirts, that's your audience, right? Mm-hmm. Now, the downside is that because of the fact, and I just read recently that, let's see, the average the average Facebook user, when they log on and conduct a session, let's say, they do whatever they do on Facebook, they'll visit an average of 12 pages. So they're going to see your ad on every page. Now, maybe not every page, because there's a dynamic here of other advertisers maybe competing for the same people. But my point is that an individual in your target audience will see your ad many, many times, which is a great thing. But it also means that the response to the ad will drop off quickly. People will get saturated, they'll see the ad many times, and the ones that will respond will have responded sometimes within just a few days. So the click-through rate and the response to the ad drops off, degrades very rapidly. For that reason, the best practice is to always freshen the ads. Try to create new ads every few days, as often as every few days if you have the time, but as frequently as you can. You think that answers this question?
I do, and you know, I think that we actually had an aha moment where Julie said it's basically direct marketing advertising, and it's like, yes, that's exactly what you're doing, but it's online, it's virtual. You got it. You have your aha moment.
It's really targeted. It's really targeted. I mean, for anybody that's familiar with direct mail advertising, you know, the whole idea behind direct mail advertising is trying to find a very targeted mailing list and then designing your mailing piece to appeal to that unique set of target customers. Well, this is like direct mail advertising on steroids, because you can, in essence, buy tiny, tiny lists and design ads and even landing pages that appeal uniquely to the aspects of that list.
Yeah, and now the question is, for how long? How, you know, does it work like pay-per-click? Like
in what respect?
They're probably asking, does it work like pay-per-click advertising, like doing Google AdWords, that where you pay and you do a daily budget, that sort of thing?
Yeah, all of the payment and bidding is almost identical to Google AdWords, but there's a really, really important difference between the ads that one creates for Google AdWords and the ads one creates for any display advertising, including Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And again, I go through this in great detail in that free book that people can download. But basically, think of it this way. The ads on Google AdWords search results page and Microsoft Ad Center on the Bing pages and the Yahoo search pages, those are similar to Yellow Pages ads. They are responding to a very explicit search query, a very explicit need or desire that someone is expressing, and the ads merely have to say, yes, we have what you're looking for, maybe a benefit, maybe a call to action, and that's it. Whereas with display advertising, that's demand generation advertising. That's interrupting whatever the person is doing, very much like television advertising, interrupting their program, print advertising, interrupting the content, the articles that they're reading. So display advertising has to interrupt that flow, so they have to be much more noticeable and much more loud. And they also have to take into consideration the fact that the person that sees the ad isn't looking for what is being offered. So frequently the offer of the ad, the landing page that the ad leads to, has to kind of ease the person into the buying cycle. So often when we're doing display advertising for an e-retailer, the landing page will be different. It'll be a soft offer like sign up for a mailing list, or let us email you a catalog, or download a free white paper. Because again, the person seeing the display ad, the advertiser needs to do demand generation, and sometimes that even means rather than land them on a page that tries to sell them immediately, land them on a page that gets their contact information or introduces them to a product line. So, you know, I'm trying to answer the question, is it like Google AdWords? Well, in some respects, as far as bidding and budget and all that, very similar. But as far as the ads and the creative and the targeting, it's very different.
Oh, very different. And what we had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful suggestion that Richie M brought up, which I've never even thought about this, but targeting people on Facebook on their birthday.
Oh yes, absolutely. You can do that. I didn't show that in the interface, but you can target people on their birthday.
Oh, I mean, think about that. It's your birthday, and all of a sudden you are in love with quilting, and all of a sudden it's your birthday, and a quilting site says, happy birthday, come get a 50% off coupon on any quilting item. And it's like, oh, it's for me? It makes you feel special.
Yep.
Oh, I love it. All right, so for those of you that want more education, download all the books that, download this information. And then when you're ready to, if you want a hard copy of any of his information, go to Amazon. It's all there. Make sure you go into webmasterradio.fm and you hook up to the radio show, because that's going to keep you updated on what's going on right now. That's extremely important. And then the other side of it is marketmotive.com. Awesome, awesome, awesome education. I mean, you want to talk about top of the line education. It is amazing, and if you can afford it, I highly recommend you take advantage of it.
Now, thank you for that, Sean, and thanks. You just reminded me of another resource. So I tweet probably 15 to 30 times per day, and it's not exclusively here's what I'm having for lunch. Most of it is actually articles about PPC advertising and social media advertising. So I try to be a great resource for people interested in those topics. I've got two Twitter lists that I maintain. One that's for PPC advertisers, and one that I just created last week for social media advertisers. So if you go to my profile page, and my Twitter handle is @ and my last name. If you go to my Twitter profile, then you'll see the lists that I maintain. Again, one is made up of lots of other people who tweet about PPC advertising. The other is a brand new one with a small number of people so far that tweet mainly about social media advertising like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter.
And it's all just wonderful information. If you're not sure, exactly how to view somebody's list, because I know there's lots of you that are just brand new to using Twitter, all you have to do is look at their profile on the right-hand side, and you'll see those lists, and you'll be able to follow them and get that information, and it really is wonderful, wonderful education. I cannot thank you enough, David, for being here with us. If I could steal your opinion on something real quick and get your expert opinion on something before you leave.
Sure, please do.
Oh, I would love to, and I know I'm going to like shock and scare some of the people in here because they probably haven't heard of it. But I didn't want to bring it up this weekend, but I promise you I will educate you, and I will give you all the information you need to know about this tomorrow night on my radio show at 6 p.m. Eastern. I didn't want to get into it now, but what do you think about the farmer algorithm update?
I stopped doing SEO about 7 years ago when I decided to concentrate exclusively on pay-per-click advertising, and I am so clueless about SEO that I am absolutely embarrassed about it. So I don't really have an opinion about the farmer algorithm. If it doesn't affect PPC advertising, I'm sure it's fascinating to a lot of people, but it's just not all that interesting to me.
I understand.
It's neutral.
I understand. You're absolutely right, and this is something I want you guys to pay attention to. He's an expert at what he does. He doesn't try to be an expert at all things. He knows what he's good at, and he knows what he's passionate about, and he says, this is what I'm good at. So if you go out there and you're trying to say, I'm good at this, and it seems like you're just like ADD squirrel, got to be careful. Got to be careful. That's right. So thank you again for being with us. I appreciate it so very much, and thank you. I know you're on the road and doing this from your laptop, so really, honestly, truly, thank you, and thank you again.
You're welcome, and thank you, Sean. I really appreciate the opportunity, and I often think how fortunate I was to run into you on the sidewalk outside of that Irish pub in New York.
I think about how lucky I was. Are you kidding me? And you know what? That was at Search Engine Strategies.
That's right, it was.
That was, and I keep telling people how all this came about because of Search Engine Strategies, and I keep telling people, if you can afford to go. It is like awesomest, education. I don't even know if awesomest is a word, but I'm going to use it here. It is great, and you do this pub crawl on St. Patrick's Day, and that's how I met David, and it was absolutely wonderful. I can't believe you remember that.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, you are awesome. Okay, all right. We're going to go on a 5-minute break. David, thank you again, and you definitely have to go check out.
Say hi to your mom for me.
I will. Thank you so much. Sure. All right, everybody, I'm going to switch the screen over to me, and we're going to take a little bit of a break. Give me just a minute to do that because I have no idea where my screen is.